Today in African American history. On May 18, 1652, Rhode Island enacted the first law declaring slavery illegal. Rhode Island was heavily involved in the slave trade during the post-revolutionary era prior to industrialization. In 1652, Rhode Island passed the first abolition law in the 13 colonies banning slavery, but the law was not enforced. By 1774, the slave population of Rhode Island was nearly twice as high as any other New England colony. In the late 18th century, several Rhode Island merchant families began actively engaging in the triangle trade, where Rhode Islanders would distill rum from molasses, send the rum to Africa to trade for slaves, and then trade the slaves in the West Indies for more molasses. One of the most notable of these merchant families involved in the triangle trade was the Browns, for whom the Brown University is named. In the years after the Revolution, Rhode Island merchants controlled about 60 to 90% of the American trade in African slaves. On May 18, 1896, the U.S. Supreme Court endorsed separate but equal racial segregation in Plessy v. Ferguson case. This would be renounced 58 years later by Brown v. Board of Education of Topeka on May 17, 1954.